So it's day 4 on my trip to Kampala, and some lovely Irish weather we've got. It's raining today, but today I'm visiting the Katanga and Kosovo slums to hear about the work of 92 Hands. And 92 Hands is the charity, the youth movement that was founded by Trinity and Livingston to support people living in slums like this one. So we've just arrived in Katanga, and I'm looking forward to meeting some of the people who get supported by 92 Hands. And then later on today, I'll be meeting with the leadership team of Era 92 and 92 Hands and talking about leadership as well. So it's it's going to be a really interesting day. Looking forward to it. And would this be one of the poorest communities in Kampala?
The second largest slum. The first is Waise. Now this is the second largest slum in Kampala.
Yeah. I'm good, thanks. I'm Tony.
You bring the water.
Yeah, well, this is the weather where I live. Yeah? You called me Mr. Mazunga.
Yeah.
So many people all living in a very confined space here, and you can see there's open latrines, and you can see how difficult life must be for people here. But there's families, there's kids, there's women, people going about life, little shops, and so it'll be interesting to see the work that 92 Hands does here in terms of the people who really need the most support. So apparently when the rain is very heavy, even heavier than the rain we're having today, this area can, the water can rise and it can just flood out into these homes. So you can imagine how hard that is with people trying to clear that up after there's a flood. Hello. Hello, I'm Tony. Nice to meet you. Justine, lovely to meet you, Justine.
So Justine is one of the ladies that under the Aspen loans.
Yes.
To get loans.
Uh-huh.
She has actually got loans twice.
Yes.
She brings back, she gets another loan. She invested her money in, she does a restaurant inside.
Yes.
So she cooks for the lunch and supper.
Yes. Yes.
So and also she put up a small grocery to make sure that it runs, because the money from the cook's not enough.
Yes. So you're building your business, and is this the little restaurant, little inside? So this is where you prepare the food.
So this is meat,
Uh-huh.
peanut sauce.
Yes. Is that peanuts?
Yes, peanuts.
Delicious.
So this is the food she buys.
Mhm.
This is the food she buys in the morning.
Yes.
So around 2-3 the food is ready.
Yes.
So like customers in the evening,
Uh-huh.
because she always has more customers during dinner time.
Yes. Uh-huh.
So she serves people. They come around, take away. Some can have a seat here. No, she has a small space, but this is where she lives behind the curtains.
Okay, and you live, this is your house as well, your home.
At the same time, it's the restaurant.
Lovely. Yeah.
So yeah.
Food looks delicious.
I mean, I've come
Is fine. It's good.
Yeah, yeah. And these are your children? Yeah, your little ones? Yes. Hello. Hello. How are you?
How are you?
Yeah. Lillian. That's a beautiful name. That's a lovely name. Thank you, Justine, for showing me and inviting me in. And I hope you continue to have a successful business here. And I hope the children all do really well. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Bye-bye. Bye. Okay. Bye-bye.
So Justin is a single mother
Yes.
with her 5 children. So she tries to make sure that they are well.
Yes.
It's really hard given that she has to raise all that money.
So that's what she's trying to do. You know, you can see she's working hard to prepare, and so it's so the children can go to school. Yes. And they're renting the place as well. Yeah.
She pays around $60 for rent.
For $60 a month.
A month
for the
for the
for the
building.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She couldn't afford to pay for her own home and then also the business
Right.
space. She just decided to divide it, have
Yes.
the business at the front
Yes.
and then the home at the back.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Helen.
Hello, Helen. I'm Tony.
Tony.
Yes.
Nice to meet
Nice to meet you.
How are you, sir?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm really interested to see your business, all the things you're doing here.
Yeah, so I'm talking about business, yo. Name your color. So she's called Helen Baleke, and she's a mother and also a caretaker of a number of children. They're like 21 children.
21 children?
Yes.
You...
Some
Wow.
she picks them from the streets.
Yeah.
Others are in a way related to her, but they're not her children, like biological children. So she has been with us for quite a number of years.
Yes.
And she has been with us in the Us for Women programs. She has studied the tailoring class, and these are some of the machines she was able to buy.
Brilliant.
So she was also one of the people that received the loans from us.
That's good.
She was able to buy the chickens, the
So
rabbits.
you've
She's
so
doing a
you've
lot of
sewing
things in one
machines,
place.
so sewing and chickens and little rabbits.
Rabbits, yeah, all in one place.
And what are the how do you are they rabbits for what are the rabbits for?
Breeding,
Yes.
for sale,
Yeah.
what is it?
For food? Or,
For food,
yes.
Because they're sold and then.
Yes. And same with the
So-
chickens. Yes.
And still in the same place, we have the one child as well. Those who are being sponsored,
Yes.
some of them,
Some of these.
yes.
I just think this is an incredible place, right in the heart of the Katanga slum. We have this amazing woman, Helen, and she's looking after all these children and developing all these businesses. And it's just a brilliant partnership because 92 Hands is supporting all of this, sponsoring the children to go to school, investing in these small businesses so people can build a life and have an education for these wonderful kids. It's really inspiring and heartwarming to be here. This is what life is all about.
What do you want to become when you grow up?
Doctor.
You want to become a doctor? That's lovely.
Good for you. Good for you. You're bright, you work hard, and you can become a doctor one day. So, I mean, you wouldn't know when you came around the corner there and you went into this building, there was so much hope and life in the middle of this place where there's so much poverty. And it's great to see how 92 Hands partners with wonderful women like Helen, you know, and give her support for all that she's doing. Like 21 kids she looks after. My goodness, she's a saint. She deserves all the support she can get.
She was our first representative in this community.
Yes.
We came, we didn't know anyone, but she was very helpful. So now we kept that friendship. And in case we need to reach out to people, we tell her to support vulnerable people alongside the chairperson of the community.
Yes.
So now she knows people that really need help as well, because she has been in this community for a long time.
Yes. How did you become a boxer?
ensonga lwaki najoininga boxi nga omanyi kino kyetulimu kino nali mupya nga nankajja then mubuuka nankwatako kati omuvubuka nkwagala okwerwanako nga saagala kunkwatira nankuba kati nenoonya kyampisa bubi musaawe eyo kubanga nze bankubye olwokuba omuntu ate abadde ankwatako kitegeeza kati nensalawo okunoonya nga njagala muntu anyamba ndiga okulwana sobole okuddayo kuba omuvubuka oyo.
So no man does that again? No one does that again on Helen? Good for you.
kati awo bwe ndigayigamu okulwana nga ndaba nsobola kandi naffe nga ndaba serious weeks 3 nga nsimanyi kwa n'emiwuso enyinga ekyo kyekyandeeta okukola ki okuyiga boxing naye nkumalirize ndanga ate abawala bangi bayita mu mbeera yange eno kinkwatako kulabika nga njigiza abaana abato kola ekitundu kyetuyamba oba tosobola kulwana ng'oli muwala muto obuvubuka abasajja bakumanyira nnyo banyiga obulungi ekityo.
So you're a great protector of women and girls. Yeah. It hasn't stopped raining all day. This is like a wet Monday in Belfast.
So Esther is 15 years old.
What?
She's 15 years
15.
old, and she just gave birth to the baby. The baby is 2 weeks old.
There's a baby here.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's okay, it's okay.
let me see. Oh, I didn't see that. Oh. Oh. She's beautiful. She's beautiful. You want to look after her, don't you? I understand. So she's 2 weeks old.
Yeah. So when she was prior to giving birth, she was deserted by her family because, and also the boy's family deserted her. Like everyone just gave up on her. So it's a good Samaritan that gave her the space to stay. So given that she's young, she's staying alone. No one takes care of her. Even giving birth to the baby, Helen has told me Sam helped her. An entrance donor helped her give birth, but now she's on her own. Her mother gave up on her. Everyone, even the boy, the father of the child, gave up on her. And now the Good Samaritan had paid for some time. Now the months are done, and she's also like, I cannot help you anymore. So she has to look for a way forward for her and her baby. And she's young.
Yeah.
That makes it a bit harder for her to look after herself.
It's been lovely to meet you, Esther, and your beautiful daughter, Amira. It's been lovely to meet her too, and I hope that you'll be able to raise her the way that you want. And I liked the ideas you have for your business and how you can make a living so you can look after her, look after yourself. And I know there are good people here who care and want to support you too. So thank you for inviting me into your home and telling me your story. This is the reality for a young woman. It's really heartbreaking to see, she really has nothing, and yet she wants nothing but the best for her little baby. But I think there's hope here in that. Now that Rhoda and Carol have heard the story, they're going to chat to Trinity and see how they can help in whatever way they can. So I think the good thing is that Esther has support from Helen, who's brought us here and brought her to your attention. And so it's good to know that love and that support is here. I just hope and pray she gets what she needs, and that in a few years' time she'll look back and her little girl will be growing up and going to school and she'll be doing well. I've got a new friend. Well, this has been an unforgettable experience coming to Katanga Slum. I've met some amazing people like Helen, who are just at the heart of this community, helping those who need it most. I'll never forget meeting Esther and her little babe, 2-week-old baby Amira, and the terrible plight, the terrible situation she finds herself in. But I know she's going to get support here from 92 Hands as well. What's a real insight into the incredible work that 92 Hands does. I can't think of any more important work to do in the world, to be honest with you. And also, I've got a new friend. I've met a new friend. But I have to go now. I have to say goodbye because we're going on to somewhere else now. Okay. Bye-bye. You take care. Okay. Bye-bye. We're back now at the Era 92 office, and I'm going to talk to Rhoda and Carol to ask a little bit more about how the programs work and how they support the community and the individuals that we met there. And then I'm going to facilitate a leadership workshop with the team here. Every organisation like Era 92, they need a good team of leaders to develop and grow all of these amazing programs. And so it's good that they're going to spend a little bit of time looking at what is leadership and how they become the best leaders they can in this community. So we've just returned from the Katanga slum with Carol and Rhoda here, and we're going to chat more about 92 Hands and what the organisation does and the needs that the organisation tries to meet. And I suppose the first thing that strikes me is that the needs of that community that we've just visited are huge. There's so much need there. It's one of the poorest communities I've ever visited, and some of the people we met there, their stories are heartbreaking in terms of how life is really difficult for them. So what would you say are the main needs that you come across working there?
The main needs in Katanga, because we've just visited Katanga, first of all, education. The kids down there in Katanga do not receive quality education, first of all, and even those who are going to school or have the opportunity to go to school, just go to schools within Katanga that are not really good, and with that the need of education, getting quality education is the very first one I think of. And then also the mothers in the communities are single mothers. They don't have husbands or someone else, a partner or anyone else to help them out. So there are quite a number of needs in the community. We met drug addicts, very different people, bullies and all that. So there are very many urgent needs in such communities, it being a slum.
I thought it'd be really good just to start. Could we go round the team? And just if you would introduce, I know I've met most of you, but just introduce yourself and your role, but also tell me who is, in your opinion, the best leader?
I would say Bobby White.
Yes.
And Trinity.
Yeah.
And Trinity?
I'll go with Mandela.
Mandela? Yeah. I'm going to suggest two definitions of a leader. The first definition that I like is what you call a transformational leader. And that's a leader who really makes a difference. And if you think of those individuals that you talked about who you find inspiring leaders, they've transformed things in some way. So someone talked about Obama, for example. He was the first black president of the United States. So he was a transformational leader in terms of making that happen. What is your purpose? First of all, now your purpose is actually why you are on this earth. You kind of turn up the volume, turn down the volume on your directive or your non-directive, depending on the circumstances or the person, can be the person or the urgency. Well, that was good fun. There was lots of energy and conversation, and what's really important in a team coaching session is that the team take the time to step back from the busyness of the everyday work they're doing to talk about how's the team doing, what's the dynamic like, what are the relationships like, how do you deal with conflict, And it was really wonderful today that the team here took the opportunity to talk about all of those things, and they agreed the way they want to work together in the future. So that was a really good session, and I liked the fact that people spoke up and said what they think and what they want, and I think that will really help the team going forward. So it's been a day of contrasts on day 4 here with Era 92 in Kampala, but this morning was really profound in the visit to the slum of Katanga. I suppose I'll never forget that experience. It's one of the poorest places I've ever been in my life. But what stands out for me from there this morning was the young woman Esther, who is basically destitute with her 2-week-old baby, this beautiful little baby. And she wasn't well, and the baby wasn't well, and she's very much on her own and really struggling to survive. And I suppose what strikes me about that is in all of the poorest communities in the world, it's often young women, single mothers, who suffer the most. And in this case, she was also a refugee from Congo. So she was a refugee, she was young, she was a single mum, and that's the most difficult person to be in many parts of the world today. And so what was amazing was just to see the support that Rhoda and Carol offered, and I know they're going to continue to come up with a plan to support Esther, to see in real time a very needy person coming to their attention, and how they responded with compassion and tears to that young woman, and how I know they're committed to do what they can to help her have a better life. I hope and pray that she gets through these difficult days, and that her little girl grows up to go to school, and she gets to develop a little business that helps her to fund that and to look after the baby. So so that whole support for women, and actually by women in this project, is really impressive. Both Carol and Rhoda are very committed and devoted, strong young women supporting other women in the community. And it's interesting for me, sometimes I feel back home that there's community organisations can give a lot of lip service and talk a lot about what they think women need and what they're going to do for women. What I see here is actually doing it, really committed to doing it, and you're really seeing the impact on women, and the women who need it the most. So I probably would say I've never seen a community project that has had such impact on women who need support most than what I'm seeing here in 92 Hands. And this afternoon I facilitated a team coaching session with the leaders of the various programs here, and that was great fun, and it was an opportunity for me to get to know them a little bit better, and they talked about leadership and how they're doing as a team and how they want to get stronger as a team. And I have to say, as a team, I work with many teams on that kind of thing. They were just full of energy and good humour, but they were able to have really important conversations that will help them to get stronger as a team. So that was a delight this afternoon. So tomorrow is going to be another interesting day. I'll be chatting to Noella at the Era 92 Fund, finding out all about this incredible development of a bank that has developed here and is growing remarkably. And then also I'm really looking forward to facilitating a peace building workshop with local young people from Kampala, along with young people who are refugees as well, and using some of the processes that we've used in peace building in Northern Ireland over the years in this context as well. So very excited about meeting those young people tomorrow as well.